welcome back to Elden Ring. Alright, I took a bit of a break when I was recording to record this next episode. I was a little bit angry after the last one. Didn't help, I had other things going on. Turns out it was just afternoon and I needed to take my medication. Anyway, welcome back. You might notice I have a new sword. Yes, that is a dismounter. I also have this. Great Jar's Arsenal. Why? Because I went off screen and dealt with the four combatants here. The Great Jar is here at this arena, which gets through this spot, the tunnel right here at the Deep Sapphire Realm. You have to defeat 3 guys in concession. However, you don't necessarily need to fight them directly. There is a method for just cheesing them by going into the cliff, so that's what I did. I didn't bother showing that because it's just a pain in the butt to deal with. Those guys are just frustrating, and I've cheesed them up, so they're dead. And I have the arsenal. I'm not going to elaborate. It was just boring. There are a couple corners on the side, either side of it, and if you crouch and hide in them, the enemy is going to try and commit to attack you, and they will roll off the cliff, and they will fall off the cliff accidentally. And it is needed considering how brutally those guys are. If you can fight them fair and square, you're a better player than me. But me? I'm not fighting those guys fair and square. I'm fighting them in a way that's smart. And if my enemy's stupid enough to kill themselves, well, that's just it. Anyway, it's time for us to do something that I should have taken care of, that needed to be taken care of a long time ago. And that is, we're going to take care of Stormbell now. Also, now that I have also a bit of a change case, this actually increases it by 30% instead of, just 19%. So, it's a sizable upgrade over how it is in vanilla with Bulldogs mod. That in mind, we're gonna go kill Godrick. I would have liked to have Natalia engage this in this fight, but apparently Sabella's made that impossible. Okay. And now I have to re-grab my ashes because that was just honestly another reason for gravitas. By the way, I have this nice new dismounter. It is now at level 10 because I went and fought 11 because I farmed a bunch of smithing stones off camera for level 1s, and I had enough other smithing stones, both 2s and 3s, to fully upgrade this to max. And as you can see, this thing packs a wallop. And that's more than our golden brew. And, of course, the free golden seed. Now, okay. Watch this. Ignite it just like I would with the other. With the moon flame. And I am going to let you have the blast of fireball. Okay. Alright. And there. Is the road to Godrick. He is right behind this door. And now I'm going to let him have it. Well, after a bit of a rest. Also, I'm going to turn off auto lock on before that kills me. And it's off. I don't know why it's doing that. I do know is there's this little side corner where we would have found the Veli. Would have been standing over a dead vanished knight here, but nope. That opportunity is long gone. Well, with that being shown off to work to you guys, I think it's time for me to do the obvious. Let's deal with Godrick. And show him who the true Scion of the Golden Lineage is. Before I do that, though, I'm going to deal with this guy around the Sasha Board. Stormcaller Ashen Wars. Also, there's some jars over here. And by jars, I mean crackpots. Jars and crackpots. I hate having to do that, by the way. It feels like I'm smacking Alexander upside the face. Ugh. Let's hurt the guy. Okay, with that in mind, I'm going to spend these runes. Also, we have enough golden slates for another trials charge, thank goodness. And I am going to level up. I've had enough of being smacked around for a bit. Also, I need to get some gold fickle outputs before we deal with Godrick. Gotta make sure we get the max rune yield out of him. That would be stupid to go fight a Remembrance boss and not have enough runes to immediately make full use of what he drops. Not have a gold pickle output to maximize rune yield. In terms of what am I going to swap out in terms of talismans for the Golden Scarab? Probably, if I'm honest, the Great Jar's Arsenal. Which, by the way, it's fine by me because I'm going to get another couch slot soon enough. It's just going to require us to deal with the absolute nut case that is. Or rather, that's just it's going to require us to go talk to the two Twin Fingers. And husks. Which I think I have to defeat another Shard Bear before we do that, but it could be right after I defeat Godrick. In which case, if we have to defeat another Shard Bear, right, or for Radon will be that Shard Bear. I'm looking for golden butterflies. Fireflies, I mean. Must not be any around the surgery. I'm gonna go check the one over here by Swords Catacombs, the one at the top of the peninsula. Old pickled outlets are such a pain in the butt to come by. I am doing good today, as far as I'm blind. Too much is happening on my end. It just occurred to me. Oh, yeah. This Joker. Oleg. Is he the best points for doing this? Not necessarily, but he's what I've got. So I'm just going to fling this in the air for Avatar and kill him. Nice and easy. Also, there's a seismic junction right there. And more crystal tears. Cruciverse crystal tear. More importantly, there should be some golden dragonflies around here. Literally what I need. Old firefly. Very close to the water is near minor trees. So yeah, all I need to do is find some water. I just remembered. Thing about the Snoucher, Fortune spawn, rather, in the, dock. Yeah, I love you too, my sweet princesses. Noisy birds. I love them both. Ah, there you are. I was looking for. So let me get rid of this. Giant octopus. Land octopi. There we go. That should be more than enough. Little butterflies from 2G my ends. Also, nearby here is a good place to farm for the plow-woods. Hiding scarab. Oh, also, while I'm here, I'm gonna knock that walking mausoleum down. Or get him to land. Reason being, I'm gonna need his assistance very shortly. For after I defeat Godrick, to copy his remembrance. So, just need to take out a few spots and legs. Right about here. Gravitas is really good for this. No, he got me, but I got him, so he's landing. Walkie Mausoleum. I'm gonna go collect my runes back. Really? Did that not count as him going down? Okay. Really? That's twice in a row. This is why you be careful with mocking mausoleums. They won't usually go out of their way to flatten you personally, directly, but when they do, it's a one-shot. Getting stomped on by a walking mausoleum is like getting stomped on by a... crushed by a marble golem in real life. Time was the charm. Walking Mausoleum is open. And this is where we'll go to duplicate Godrick's remembrance after I defeat him. And now I'm going to refresh my cooldowns. I'm going to go gravitas some vowels for the Bedwell Valfoot. Just ignore these guys. Gonna ride through these ruins real quick. Nothing to worry about here. Which bay ruins? We'll be coming back to here later. Much later. Sometime after fighting Radon. So all I need to do is roll down here to the coast. There will be some flux. Also, just ignore the massive skeletons. Holy massive skeletons. Yeah, that's a bunch of them. Actually, those aren't skeletons, they're zombies. Get your undead right, Nathan. Get them right. Gravitas is extremely good at clearing groups of enemies like this. And you might ask, why did I put it on a dismounter? Because the dismounter smacks. Also, this is the same weapon that Old Knight Isfine used in his fight against us. Against me, earlier. And so, we're taking on the full honor right now in this event. Or at least until I feel, for as long as I feel like go Rocky Neospan look, which will probably be until I defeat the Volcano Man. That's further to the Volcano Man or Quest Chain, which won't happen for much longer. And there's these guys. Four-toed foul feet. These guys are the best for doing to farm for that. They can still fly, but they're not gonna fly very far. There we go. That should be enough for... There. I'm gonna have to get more of that off camera. I'll farm a bunch more of that. Goes up to get a nice surplus. Okay. All of our preparations are in order. Let's go give Godrick his just desserts. Take the falcon, and we'll get his gear. There he is. A disappointment to the Golden Lineage. A true Scion.
Mighty dragon. Thou'rt a true born heir. Lend me thy strength, O kindred. Deliver me unto greater heights.
Hello,
well,
Godrick.
lowly tarnished,
Not lowly tarnished. Someone of the
playing as a lord. I command thee, kneel!
I will not kneel.
I am the lord of all that is golden.
You're an embarrassment before the line of Godfrey. Lutal.
Truest of dragons. Lend me thy strength.
Yeah.
I am the lord of all that is golden. And one day we'll return together to our home, bathed in rays of gold.
It's over, Godrick. A true scion of the Golden Lineage has taken that which is mine, is his. Now, we have his great rune, and we also have Godrick's. Also, more importantly, we have Godrick's Talisman, Remembrance, meaning that we can now go collect the Remembrance gear of Godrick the Golden. But first, we're going to head to the lift side chamber, and I am going to go do some I am going to go restore Godrick's rune. Because now that Godrick has been defeated, we need to repower his great rune. And that will help us for a while. At least until I can defeat Radon. And yeah, I am carrying way too many runes for comfort, but I don't have a site of praise to rest after at the moment. By the way, you can thank these guys for providing me the smithing stones for the sword. Guys I cannot be bothered to deal with. And tell. Here we go. Crescent Moon Axe. That's another weapon I'm glad they dropped, because I wanted one of those. Crescent Moon Axe is a pretty good great axe. Oh. No, it's not necessarily better than the thing, but it's a great axe. You really can't ask too much of it. But importantly, now that we've beaten that guy, we can go restore Godrick's rune. And before I do that, I'm going to rest to get rid of all these runes. Or honestly, I'll just put these in a bigger into endurance, and then the next ones are going into vigor. Do not worry about my stats. It's the full trait talisman. Amen, talisman. It's fairly only really useful, I would argue, in Far Missoula when you face a whole bunch of enemies with lightning damage. Speaking of enemies, hello. This is not going to be easy because there are two of these golems, three of these golems that we're going to have to get rid of. You're going down. That's column 2. Now for the last one, the sniper over here at the end of the bridge. Won't be too hard to deal with. It's just the same guy that we deal with outside of freaking Asselmorn. And I killed 2 of the bigger ones that are just like him when I was getting the Great Jar Talisman. Fortunately, and my phone ran off. Doesn't matter. You good wallops, he's down the game. They're down for the count. And there's one more thing to do right here. The Divine Tower of Lingrave. Godrick defeated. It'll open up. And we can restore his great rune. We'll have to get to the top though. Take the elevator up. Can I just say that the scaled armor set is one of the cooler looking armor sets in the whole game? Not just that, it's one of the better armor sets in the whole game when it comes to defensive stats. It's one of the most protective sets in the game. I gotta blood flame it up and just keep myself ready. Switch to 2 hands, just in case something decides to pop up. You never know. Nope. And now restore the power of Godrick's great rune. And with that restored, I can now use its power to bump my stats sizably. As you can see, this is just a showcase of what it can do right now. Now I can just use Godrick's Great Wound. And it will raise all my attributes. All I need to do that is to use a rune arc. And voila! And that's gonna stick until I die. So, okay. So the general rule is, once you have one of these in, you want to try not to die. Also, let me just note the stat increase. Pretty sizable. Anyway, with Godrick defeated and his great rune restored, let's head to the Temple of Lost Grace. Oh wait, before I do that, head back to where I left the Walking Mausoleum and collect and duplicate the remembrance, because I want Godrick's gear. Because Godrick's axe and his grafted dragon, which are his two remembrance weapons, are going to be a mainstay of my character's arsenal. Duplicated the remembrance and grafted, and it has been duplicated. And so now I have 2 remembrances grafted, meaning that I can get both of Godrick's weapons. First, let's talk to Enya.
Are you that new tarnish?
Yes.
You've done well. I am Enya the Finger Reader. I interpret the words of the fingers, envoys to the greater will. Look there. The fingers tremble to welcome you, Shardbearer.
I think they're waving.
Let their wisdom wash over you. Great Elden Ring, root of the Golden Order, anchor of all lands, giver of grace, wellspring of all joy. Until it was shattered, the tragic corruption of the Order has taken its toll. Across the realm, life lies in ruin, fallen to pieces. Foul curses and misery spread, unabating. But the greater will has not abandoned the realm, nor the life that inhabits it. So it is that the tarnished are guided by grace, called to act. Brave tarnished, your great rune is a handsome shard of the Elden Ring. Seek another of its kind to become Elden Lord and restore the Golden Order. Let the words of the fingers guide you. Well, I see. A remembrance of gold has found its way into your possession. Demigods and even the creator of the champions are hewn by the Earth Tree upon their end into remembrances. They are valuable indeed. These remembrances yet house the power of their former masters. And should you wish to wield that same power, well, I will lend you the strength of the fingers. Do not recoil from my offer. The fingers guide us all. And you, tarnished, you are here to take, are you not?
Now that she is given this point, I am going to grab the remembrance weapons of Godrick the Grafted. His axe, and his grafted dragon.
Now go forth. Let the words of the fingers guide you.
And now we need to go find another shard bearer. Though, of course, first things first is going to be me repair. I need to empower Godrick's weapons before I can even use them. I do want to use them, but at the moment, they are going to need some improvements. So, let's collect some somber smithings. Let's get some somber smithing stones. AG,
Greetings, my fellow. How can I help?
you could definitely buy me some. I can use some somber smithing stones. Also, why don't you
I
talk to me
take
about
it you've
Nocturne?
heard of the eternal city of Noxtella? Well, it has a twin, known as Nokron, the other eternal city. After years of expeditions, we've determined the location of Nokron by going underground through the well in the Mistwood of Limgrave. You can see Nokron up above. Only we've failed to find a path leading to the city. Blythe's made a good go of it, but I'm afraid this has him quite stumped. To be honest, I'm not sure where to go from here. Blythe is Lady Rani's stepbrother. Rani's mother, Queen Renala, approved of him, and they played like siblings from childhood. They were always happy to have me tag along as well. When Lady Rani renounced her flesh and chose the dark path of the Empyrean, Blythe and I swore allegiance as vassals. But none of us will ever forget our earliest days together. Promise to look after Blythe for me, will you? The man is honest to a fault. But fortunately, now he has you.
I also want to have you strengthen this halberd. I'm gonna have you sharpen this for good measure. Yeah. You're gonna need more somber smithing stone 3s. Now, do I swap you for Godrick's staff? Well, first off, I swapped you for the dragon first because I want to have this in the melee. Godrick's axe and this. Will be swapped in for the grafted dragon. Oh, which, as you can see, don't I look pretty cool with these? Well, watch this. Bear it all. Bear witness. And I command thee, kneel! All these epic smacks that Godrick was able to do. And now that I think about it, I'm gonna swap out my dismounter. I love my sword of Night and Flame. I'm actually just gonna probably swap this for Bear witness. Look at it. Man, the Kneel, and Bear Witness, which are literally just named after Godrick's battle taunts. Well, now that I have these in hand, let's go to Altus. I need more smithing stone 3s, and in order to do that, we're going to need some bell bearings. So, in order to get the bell bearings, well, we're going to have to do some things here in Altus. First and foremost, though, we're going to have to, in order to get those, we're going to have to go to a specific location that is here in Altus Plateau. But in order to do that, first I want to get the map. Getting the map in Altus is much easier than anything else. It's the easy part. Here, let me just test out these two real quick. Bear witness! I command thee, kneel! See, these don't smack nowhere near as hard as they should once they're upgraded. With that in mind, I think I'll just swap. And these out for my other options. Also, I found this shield, which is a spiked great shield. Has the shield bash ability. But that would put me in heavy load if I have another weapon. Okay. Would it be too much fun if one of these guys drops his brass shield? Jet Cavern, that's guilty soldier, calculate one soldier, but unless. Dang. Like I said, the soldiers, Laydell soldiers are much tougher than the ones. Things. Also, did I call Laydell Lewin? My apologies. I have Elder Scrolls on the mind, if you might have noticed. Blood map. And two-handed, up, and rush it, and bad fucking hit. Yeah, these were bosses in Lindrain, the regular enemy. Amazing. In Altus. Also, fan daggers are just a nice throwing item. Watch this. Never underestimate the power of a fairly good... Sworn straight sword. And yes, I did just casually put this cat. For no other reason that I wanted to kill one of these guys to hope they drop a brass shield, but unfortunately that is not the case. Okay. Somebody has a ballista nearby, and I'm going to destroy it. Oh. Hello, guy with eyes. More roads! Look at that jackpot. 1500. Okay. Oh, by the way. No BS. I see what you were trying to do there with that great sword. You're dealt with. And now to deal with the other ballista operator crew. Yes. Hi. luck just ran out, buddy. And now we have some carriages here, which you might notice is what usually means there's treasure in them. And that there be Troll's golden sword. Very cool weapon. There's always treasure inside these things, usually. And what do we have in here? The Great Shield Talisman. Oh yes. That's a pretty good talisman, as you see. It boosts the guarding ability, so if you're going full shield, sword and board, well, it'll make your guards a lot more effective, to tell you that much. That and the big Great Shield Talisman, and the Dragon Great Shield Talisman. There's another talisman that increases your defense or your resistance by a certain degree. Well, then there's no gain through it. But yeah, combine that with the actual Great Shield, preferably that golden Great Shield I found. Time here, just going to look things. I'll farm for a brass shield off camera. No, actually, I don't need to farm for one of those things. Surely one of those will drop between all of the Leyndell soldiers I gotta kill between now and beating the game. What I gotta do now is pretty much explore Altus. This is... it's pretty much blind ground for me. Hey, Mikola's Lily. Mikola. Stupid twink. All this is your fault, by the way. Good portion of this is your fault. I'm sorry, but knowing that fact in the Shadow of the Earth Tree that he's responsible for half the problems in this setting, that half the problems that America isn't responsible for? Ugh. Let's just say I don't get very much endeared to him. I'm out of here. Ancient Dragon Lanceaxe? Not happening. There are many things I am willing to do, but fighting Lanceaxe is not one of them. I am nowhere near prepared to fight her. Ugh. Dragon. Also, there's not really much point. She doesn't drop a dragon heart for whatever reason. There are 2 dragons in the game that don't drop dragon hearts. Actually 3, because Felicitas also doesn't drop. Or actually, he does. I don't understand why it is that Lanceaxe doesn't drop a dragon heart, okay? Why is it that some dragons drop dragon hearts and others don't for some unconceivable reason? I mean, that doesn't seem like consistent game design, as far as I'm concerned. Die, Perfumer. Oh, no, you don't. Okay, that's a Berserker. I want to kill him. Okay, first off, killer. What are the odds that he drops all of those at once? That must be... That must have been a case of... Okay, that entire thing, that must have been scripted, because there is no way... Normally that would drop all that stuff. But yeah, they were guarding this treasure chest. Hey, it's the perfumer's cookbook. Now let's see what that's given me the ability to craft. Reason grease, blood grease. Holy water pot, raincore pot. Also gives me, oh yes, spark aromatics. Oh, I see. You need perfume bottles, okay. Alts blue plus Miranda powder equals air sparks in white area. Uplifting aromatic, boost ally attack power. I haven't experimented with perfumes. From what I've heard, they don't necessarily... What I do know is that they're very, very... How shall I put it? Tricky to make fully useful. They can be useful in certain situations. I've yet to figure out a situation I make them useful with. But that said, I... Ugh, Miranda flowers. I hate these things. Giant Miranda flower, die. Also, what am I doing? Eat black flame. They're plants, they burn with fire.